premium cars of Toyota. This, the concept car. I remember when they were bringing out this concept, I think the only thing that came to mind was this is the predecessor to the 2000 GT that they had way back in the day. And it's like it was their way of trying to bring back that car in a way. But obviously they didn't call it that. I mean, this was called the FT86-2 concept. So their prediction for this car was 192 horsepower with 146 foot-pounds of torque at the weight of 1,230 kilograms. I don't know. I mean, it's a nice car. I can't say it's not a nice car. But then it's like, boom. And then it came out, Toyota 86 GT 2012. And then you got the Scion version, and then you got the Subaru version. I mean, what it is like, if I'm not mistaken, it's the body and interior stuff that should be all mostly Toyota, okay? But the engine is a Boxer 4 from Subaru. Hence the reason that's their combination. Now the transmission, I'm not aware if the transmission is also Subaru technically, like, or sourced from them. But this is just their brainchild together. You know, those two companies. Oh, look at that. I forgot that NASCAR at one point started introducing the Toyota Camry into NASCAR. At what? 824 horsepower at 524 foot-pounds of torque. Yeah, a whole bunch of different ones. And then this is a concept. This is definitely a concept car. The FT86G Sport. I ain't gonna lie though, I dig the look of that thing. I think that thing looks cool. That is a hell of a black hood. This was supposedly a 289 horsepower, 206 foot-pounds of torque on a body that's only weighing 1,000 kilograms. Oh boy. Here goes the Toyota Prius, the G. So this is a 2009 Toyota Prius G. I'm not sure. I know my buddy Tim, I don't know if he's watching or he will watch this video, but I'm wondering if this, like the one he's got, he uses one for delivering pizza, which I think that's probably one of the best ways to get a good hybrid, and bam, you can do deliver pizzas. That's the best bang for your buck kind of situation. It's a 94 horsepower at 101 foot-pounds of torque. The range on those probably pretty damn good. So let's see what else we got here. So Toyota Vitz RS. This one's at 105 horsepower at 101 foot-pounds of torque. This is a race car version of a Supra, but this one's called a 2005, so that means that's when they created that and when they were using it. 460 horsepower with 364 foot-pounds of torque. What do we got here? See, this is the one, the Castrol Tom's Supra is the one I used to see a lot when it came to race. Yeah, this is definitely the one I've seen a lot of in the older Gran Turismo games and shit like that. Power is at 477 horsepower or 460 foot-pounds torque. Not bad for the consideration that this is stating. I just now looked at this. Okay, this is a 1,998 cc, so that's a 2.0 liter engine. Wait a minute. Now this Supra, I have met a person who's with me in a automotive technical school that had, I don't know if it's necessarily this exact one, but this one's nice. The 1988 Supra 3.0 GT Turbo A. See, I know his was turbo, of course, but I don't know if his was an 88 or not. I don't know if you'll ever see this video. If you're out there, buddy, I think you remember me. I don't remember your name because I suck at remembering names. But I remember yours was like a burgundy. I remember you and I were discussing about how if he would put the pedal all the way down, the car would want to stall and turn off. And it was just something, I think it's something to do with the communication of the turbo with the engine. There was something off. I mean, like if he drove it normally, it was fine. But if he tried to open it up, she would want to just turn off. And I don't know why. This is sitting at 258 horsepower and 256 foot-pounds of torque. So I mean, it was a nice style. Like I dig the style. This is the rally car of the particular Celica, 1995 Celica GT4. That's the body style. I wasn't wild about that one. For some reason, the other one I like. But this is as a race car. Let's see, 289 horsepower at 357 foot-pounds of torque. Oh, this is GameStop. Oh, I remember this. I remember this. Oh, this is because I pre-ordered this game through GameStop, and this was one of the things you got. for doing so. You got a GameStop version of a NASCAR Toyota Camry. Toyota. Oh God, Toyota. Here we go. So Celica, Supra. We were just looking at a Supra, weren't we? This was at 258 horsepower, 256 foot-pounds of torque. Oh, the MR2 Spider. MR2s. What a history those little guys got. This is at 970 kilograms, but it's 133 horsepower, 122 foot-pounds of torque. 2002, obviously more horsepower. What the hell? Look at this thing. 1965 Sports 800. What a pitiful looking little thing. That's fucking... Look at this thing. 42 horsepower at 5,500 RPMs and 47 foot-pounds of torque at 4,000 RPMs. Let's see, 580 kilograms. All right, so the Yaris. Now that's definitely a car that I believe there's some out there in the United States, if I'm not mistaken. This one's sitting at 133 horsepower with 140 foot-pounds of torque, 980 kilograms. Oh shit! Here we go. Here's a pickup. Boom. The Toyota Tacoma X Runner 2004, man. That's something to think about. They're going to put this random truck in here. Like, this one's not four-wheel drive. Like, thought it would be pretty interesting to just think about you're going to throw a pickup truck in here. I mean, we're talking about this truck is 1,687 kilograms. So it's actually not that heavy. Fuck, that's not that heavy compared to fucking certain other cars, actually. 239 horsepower with 273 foot-pounds of torque. And it's cool. I was already kind of sitting low. That's kind of cool. MR2. Here's an old school little MR2. Here we go. The 1986 MR2 with the pop-up and down headlights. Shit, man. Look at that little son of a bitch. See, that was the style back in the 80s, man. Those particular type of squarish lines. The only thing that was crazy is like, what the fuck were they thinking about these wheels? Like, what the hell was going through their heads? But whatever. So mid-engine rear-wheel drive, little powerhouse. Let's see, it's at 123 horsepower with 106 foot-pounds of torque. And then this is a 1986 Celica. I believe I knew someone that had this. Because this, I haven't just seen it, but I know there was once I've seen it where I knew someone that kind of had it. I know this is, for some reason, this is the body style that I like. I really like this body style Celica for some reason. Now, I've heard that this is actually not a good one to have, but when it comes to styling, like, I just like this style for some freaking reason. I don't know why. I mean, it's not just because it's got pop up and down headlights. Pop up and down headlights. Pump Free, you're my dog. I love that shit, man. Doughnut Media, go check them out. Especially if you just pop up the video. It's like a little itty bitty type of music video of them singing Pop Up and Down Headlights. And if I'm not mistaken, they have a t-shirt. So if you guys want a t-shirt, they got it. This is pumping out 158 horsepower at 136 pounds of torque. Oh, there it is. There it is. Talking about Doughnut Media, they just did an episode talking about this particular vehicle and something about a manga, and the stories kind of align between an individual that was using this for racing and the character in the manga. So yeah, go over to Doughnut Media on YouTube. Check it out. Let's see. Kaira? Interesting. It just says ED on the front. What the fuck is that? This is definitely a car that was only sold in Japan. 119 horsepower and 120 foot-pounds of torque. Oh boy, here's the other one. So this is 265 horsepower, 259 foot-pounds of torque. Here's another little MR2, son. There's a little MR2. That is a nice little style. I ain't gonna lie. I do like the style of this MR2. Actually, there's another group of guys that I follow on YouTube that probably check out as well. This tag team that's out in Australia. And they kind of, I think they collaborated a few times with other individuals. Like the one I definitely saw them hanging out with was Freiberger over in Motor Trend's Roadkill, Mighty Car Mod. So they had a couple of episodes of them dealing with this type of MR2, trying to do a few things, try to do a few mods. So if you're interested in what they did with their MR2, you can check them out, Mighty Car Mod. Now this is the other Celica. I'm not wild about this style. I don't know, something about it. I didn't care for it. Yaris. Oh my god. God, here we go. This is something. Booyah. This was definitely, for me, a go-to car for some of the high-end versions of racing with vehicles of this type. Bracket of vehicles. Bracket for racing. Yeah, the GT1 race car was just a phenomenal vehicle to use. And right out of the gate, like I didn't mess with it. I just raced it just as it is. But I don't remember if I was able to up the horsepower or not. I know in this game, last I remember, there's performance points. Yeah, so you got to be within a certain amount of performance points to do certain races and stuff. So this sitting at 741 horsepower with 587 foot-pounds of torque. Vitz, it's like a Yaris. Vitz is like a Yaris. Matter of fact, Mighty Car Mods did something with a Yaris too. Now I think about it. This thing, I don't know about this thing, man. This thing's nuts. 1970 Toyota 7. Look at that. Look at those turbos back there. Yeah. That's something. So 764 horsepower at 521 foot-pounds of torque. Only 620 kilograms. Starlet? What the fuck is a Starlet? It's a cute little thing. That's definitely something that was only sold out there in Japan. This is another one that was pretty good race car. This one I used a couple of times as well because this one was in a different bracket. This one's at 878 horsepower and 647 foot-pounds of torque. Oh, here it is. One of my favorite. For some reason, I like this car, man. There it is, the 1967 2000 GT. I don't know why I like this car. I really don't. Can't even tell you. Like, I can't even really give a good explanation of why I like this car. But it's so nice. It's such a nice ride, man. It just looks so nice. These tailpipes. What? They look chrome as fuck. 148 horsepower and 126 foot-pounds of torque at 1,120 kilograms. That's not bad for just a little car back in 1967, man. The Caladina. Oh, wow. That's an interesting look. That's definitely a car that was only sold out there. 247 horsepower at 231 foot-pounds of torque. What's this? A Celica? Oh, is that like a... What? Let me see. Oh, it's that body style. Okay. Wow, look at the way those fenders were shoot up for them to put fucking this car a little lower and wider tires. Okay, that's kind of cool. So this is sitting at 296 horsepower, but then 315 in torque. 2002 Corolla? Wait a minute, that's a different Corolla. Oh yeah, that's definitely not a Corolla that I'm aware of. 190 horsepower, 129 foot-pounds of torque. Oh my god, there it is, the Volts! That's the one! The Toyota Volts, son. What? See, they put like a V in the front. Volts. That's technically the Pontiac vibe right there, dude. That is some shit. And that's the one, this is the one that Doug was talking about. That there was one where it was a Volt. Because that's the thing. It was funny how, like he said it. There was the Toyota Matrix. Then you had the Pontiac Vibe. But then you had a Toyota Volt. Yeah, it was crazy. He talks about it in the video. Go check it out. Now this is a pretty cool car. Yeah, this one, I like the stylings of this car. I really did. 267 horsepower at 270 foot-pounds of torque. Oh boy, here we go. This is one of the Supras. So this one, the Supra SZR from 1997. So this is sitting at 214 horsepower at 201 foot-pounds of torque. That motor, it's interesting how a motor like that can turn into such a godly beast of like 1,000+ horsepower. Easy. Well, can't say easy, but I mean to reach it. Oh shit, look at this thing. The RSC. What? Look at that thing. Fucking nuts. Dude, I would totally drive that motherfucker. That thing looks so wicked. So at 267 horsepower and then 322 foot-pounds of torque. Yeah, that thing, that's a wicked look, man. Look at the way the tail lights. What? Those things are cool as shit, dude. I'm not gonna lie, that is a really cool car. And then here's a regular SS2 Celica. Yay. Okay, get out of here. So this is the Toyota version of the Lexus SI. Oh, look at this. This is the Toyota version of that one bigger Lexus. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Oh, wow. Look at that rally car. Look at this crazy son bitch. So it's the car I like, but just rallied up. Pop-up headlights already up and shit. Got whatever that grill piece there. What? Look at that. Sera. Oh, shit. What the fuck? Never seen that little thing. So this is a 1992 Sera. 104 horsepower, 94 foot-pounds of torque, 910 kilograms. See, this seems like a car that I think Doug actually reviewed something like this, where that whole top part of the car is glass. Oh, there's a good setup right there. The GT Apex. Oh, yeah. Yaris and the Vitz. It's the same thing, man. What the fuck? Oh, here's like what that Lexus. This is the Toyota version of that one ugly ass Lexus. Ew, look at that. Oh shit, an actual rally car version of that fucking RSC, dude. What, bitch? There it is. And then the race car Supras at 449 horsepower. There's an MR2, a Vitz, Supra, IST. Huh. This is pumping 104 horsepower at 110 foot-pounds of torque. 1,020 kilograms. Oh. There we go. 1970 Toyota Celica 1600 GT. Now this is technically my favorite Celica because this looks like a really nice little muscle car back in the day, man. Look at that thing. Imagine having one of those right now. Shit, I'm pretty sure they're a pricey little son of a bitch if you were able to get your hands on one. So this is at 110 horsepower, 101 foot-pounds of torque. Oh shit, this is like that Scion. See, there it is, look, the BB. What up, BB? Oh, this is what technically the new version of that Sprinter Torino is supposed to be. This is called a BZR Torino, so 1998. So this is at 168 horsepower, 115 foot-pounds of torque. Oh shit, here's a different Corolla. Oh shit. That's like that Torino. Oh, let me look at this one real quick. Is that the four-wheel drive? So this is the one I would want. So it'll be the GT4 RC. 224 horsepower, 217 foot-pounds of torque, four-wheel drive. And that hood looks pretty interesting. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, this one, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Something about that body style. Maybe it has something to do with the idea that way back in the other Gran Turismo, this was one of my first cars I had. And I believe it was this model, the GT4. It was the first car I had. First car I used. Maybe that stuck with me, and that's why I like it. Oh shit, look at the little old-ass MR2. It says it's supercharged. Oh shit, how much power it's got? 135 horsepower and 133 foot-pounds of torque. I mean, that's decent power when it comes to the idea that the car is only 1,070 kilograms. So this is 1986, but this is another older Celica. So 1981 Celica XX. 2800 GT. So at 161 horsepower, 168 foot-pounds of torque. Oh my god, another Prius. This is 72 horsepower, 82 foot-pounds of torque. The Prius G Touring Selection. Yeah. That's a special name. What the hell? Will VS Dark Purple Mica. 179 horsepower, 129 foot-pounds of torque. Oh boy, there goes the old Toyota Corolla, 1983. So this is at 123 horsepower with 106 foot-pounds of torque. Ah, here's the other Supra, the 1997 RZ. Now this one's at 315 horsepower with 380 foot-pounds of torque. Trail, and that's this little guy. Oh shit. Other one. Oh, that one. This is the one in this game that spoke the one thing that I remember about Fast and Furious is the whole thing on the side of the vehicle having like this design like that. That whole design on the side of the vehicle was the shit. 272 horsepower, 194 horsepower. Tom's. Hey Tom's, is that Tom's car? The X540 Chaser. All right, so we're at 305 horsepower with 294 foot-pounds of torque. All right, so let's think. TRD, Toyota Racing Development. I really do like this Celica. Like, I remember when the body first came out, just something about these body lines, I really dig it. This is at 190 horsepower, 134 foot-pounds of torque. Tommy Kaira. Oh shit. So first off, this little guy right here. This is a fast little son of a bitch right here. And it's kind of cute. This is at 185 horsepower, 141 foot-pounds of torque. Mid-engine rear-wheel drive, 690 kilograms. This, the ZZ2, I do like this car. I remember when I first seen this car, something was like, dude, I like it. I dig the car. For some fucking reason, I dig this car. And one of the things, in this game, it was really nice to drive. I mean, considering this is a 526 horsepower car at 385 foot-pounds torque, four-wheel drive, at only 1,000 kilograms. Suzuki. Oh shit, there's the cappuccinos we're looking at. And then what? Look at the little guy. The Alto Works RSZ. Hey, you little motherfucker. MR Wagon Sport. That's like an upgraded version of what we were just looking at. Oh my god. It's school dirt trial car. Dude, that thing right there was insane to drive. I remember it was a situation, car would lift like this and then stay running like this. Vertically. It was a fucking weird ass shit. 943 horsepower and 666 foot-pounds. It's got the devil's torque. 800 kilograms. Look at the size of the wing. Look at the little wagon. Okay, son, look at the wagon. Yeah, boy. Alto Lappin? That's a turbo. Oh, wow. So you're whipping out a big whopping 57 horsepower and 59 foot-pounds of torque. Look at this thing. Now, this is a concept car that's pretty fucking cool, if you ask me. The GSX R4, man. That's a pretty rad fucking ride, man. So this was stated to be at 166 horsepower at 10,000 RPMs and 98 foot-pounds of torque at 7,000 RPMs. 640 kilograms. It works. This concept car, like I think this car would have been a thing that would have sold here in the United States. You know what I mean? That's everything Japan. See you in the next one. Later.